If you live in Australia right now, you can walk into a Toyota dealership and drive away in a brand new work truck. Manual transmission, steel wheels, roll-up windows, a diesel engine so simple a guy with basic tools can rebuild it in a field. The price on the sticker is the equivalent of 10 to 15,000 US dollars. That same truck is federally illegal to import into the United States. Instead, you are offered a base model domestic pickup starting around $40,000 with the average transaction price above $60,000. The fully loaded versions push past $80,000. And underneath all that chrome trim and all those driver assistance features, there is a turbocharged engine with a known lifter failure problem your dealer will fix for $4,000 once your warranty expires. You are not crazy for thinking something went wrong. Something did go wrong. It was deliberate. It has been happening since 1963, and it has a name. This is the story of the chicken tax, the EPA footprint loophole, and the 60-year campaign that engineered the affordable American work truck out of existence. Let's start with the trucks they don't want you to know still exist. The Toyota 70 Series Land Cruiser has been in continuous production since 1984, never discontinued, never reinvented as a luxury SUV. Toyota sells it today in Australia, across Africa, and throughout South America for the equivalent of $10,000 to $20,000. It comes with a simple diesel engine, a mechanical four-wheel drive transfer case with a proper low-range lever, and 0 touchscreens. The windows crank by hand. Aid organizations deploy 70 Series Land Cruisers in active conflict zones because they can be repaired with parts sourced in almost any country on Earth. The United Nations uses them in its fleets. Australian cattle stations 400 miles from the nearest town rely on them because a broken one can be fixed by a farmer who watched one video. Then there is the Toyota Hilux, the best-selling vehicle in Australia and several African nations. It sells for under $15,000 in base trim. BBC's Top Gear drowned one in the ocean, set it on fire, and dropped a building on it. It kept starting. Neither truck can be purchased new in the United States. American mechanics who work on older Toyotas from the late 1980s and the early 1990s know exactly what they are missing. Clean engines, straightforward wiring, no proprietary diagnostic systems requiring a $5,000 computer to read. These trucks are not legends because of nostalgia. They are legends because nothing sold on an American lot today comes close to matching them for simplicity, repairability, or long-term cost of ownership. So why can't you buy a new one? Why is Toyota still manufacturing this truck, selling it for $15,000 to the rest of the world, and leaving America out entirely? The answer starts with chickens. In 1962, West Germany placed steep tariffs on American frozen chicken imports to protect their domestic farmers. Lyndon Johnson's administration retaliated in 1963, placing a 25% tariff on a short list of European goods, including light trucks. The Volkswagen Transporter commercial van was selling well in America at the time, and the United Auto Workers pushed hard to include trucks in that tariff. It worked. The Transporter became uncompetitive overnight. That was 61 years ago. The chicken tax has never been repealed. Every administration since Johnson has left it in place, and every year Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis spend millions lobbying to keep it there. The math is simple. A 25% tariff on a $15,000 truck adds nearly $4,000 before it clears customs. The economics of importation become impossible. Detroit never had to compete on price for that segment. The competition was taxed out of existence before it could arrive. Toyota eventually worked around the tariff by building the Tacoma domestically in Texas and Baja California. But notice what happened. A base model 1995 Tacoma started around $11,000. Today, that same truck starts at $31,000. Once Toyota committed to the American market and faced no import competition, they adopted American market pricing. The Hilux stayed overseas. The 70 Series Land Cruiser never came, and the American consumer was left with whatever the protected market decided to build. But here is where it gets worse. Even American manufacturers stopped building small, affordable trucks. The Ford Ranger was discontinued after 2011. The Chevy S10 was gone by 2004. When they came back bigger and thousands of dollars more expensive. This was not a coincidence. It was math, and the math came from Washington. Corporate Average Fuel Economy Standards, known as CAFE, were designed to improve fleet-wide fuel efficiency, but the targets were calculated based on vehicle footprint, meaning the larger the truck, the more lenient the standard it had to meet. Engineering a genuinely efficient small truck engine is expensive. Building a larger truck that qualifies for a looser emission standard is cheaper. Automakers looked at that structure and made a rational decision. They abandoned small trucks and invested in larger platforms instead. A massive 3/4-ton pickup qualifies for a substantially looser standard than a compact work truck ever would. And then they discovered something else. A fully loaded 3/4-ton diesel pickup carries a profit margin that a $15,000 compact truck could never match. Without affordable small trucks anchoring the low end of the market, the entire pricing floor rose. The EPA regulation designed to encourage efficiency accidentally made the biggest, most expensive trucks the only financially rational thing to build. And Detroit has been selling that result as consumer preference ever since. Now there is one legal path to getting your hands on one of these trucks, and it is called the 25-year import rule. Federal law allows any vehicle at least 25 years old to be imported into the United States, regardless of whether it ever met American safety or emission standards. That is why Toyota Hiluxes from the 1990s and early 70 series Land Cruisers are showing up at auction with prices that seem shocking for used trucks. A clean 1994 Hilux can command $15,000 to $25,000 in the American market right now. Buyers understand what they are getting. Simple mechanicals, a reputation for running forever, and the knowledge that the parts are available worldwide. The market found the loophole. The prices reflect how badly Americans want the truck they were never allowed to buy new. So here is the full picture. The chicken tax, started in 1963, eliminated foreign competition at the affordable end of the truck market. Corporate Average Fuel Economy's footprint loophole made it economically irrational for domestic manufacturers to build small trucks anyway. The companies that benefited from both policies spent money to keep them both in place. And they worked. The result is a market where the cheapest new pickup truck in America costs more than twice the median monthly household income. Meanwhile, in Brisbane, in Nairobi, in Buenos Aires, you can buy the truck that American mechanics consider the gold standard of reliability, brand new, for $15,000. You are not paying $80,000 for a truck because trucks are expensive to build. You are paying $80,000 because the regulatory and tariff environment was deliberately structured to eliminate every cheaper alternative. The question we want to leave you with is this. If the chicken tax disappeared tomorrow and Toyota could sell a brand new bare-bones manual transmission Hilux at an American dealership for $18,000, what would you buy? Drop it in the comments. If this made you rethink the truck market, the video on screen right now covers the engine failures costing new truck owners thousands of dollars, and the model years where the problems were worst. It is worth watching before you step onto any current lot. Subscribe to Truck Guide. We cover the weak points, the lemon years, and the trucks built to actually last.